The Fort Worth Library, man, it's changed. I haven't been back since the mid-90s, but it's huge. I mean, this is amazing. Okay, so this is new mystery right here. Man, this is massive. And there's their database right there. Veganism right here. Textbook. He said it was over this way. That's the youth center. Oh, hi. How you doing? Okay, this is a library. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's. This can't be all of it though. Now, those are all their DVDs right down that way. Okay, so how it works is you would tell that lady what book you want, and she'd go in the basement and get it and then bring it to you if they don't have it here. So this is the available area where you would, look for nonfiction or fiction or mystery or whatever you're looking for. And then if there's a book that they have downstairs, then you would request it. And then they would bring it up to you. So it's a pretty cool system. It wasn't that way in the 90s. In the 90s, you'd have to go and fetch it out yourself. But probably it's slowed down a little bit because of online booking. All their movies are kept out, though. That's probably the thing that's requested the most is probably the movies. I want to talk to her about the movies, too. It goes all the way down that way. These are probably reading rooms right here. There's a video game section right here. Pay tribute to the Fort Worth Library because that's kind of where my adventure in life kind of began. When I rented a book or checked out a book that inspired me to head back over this way. So it's very different. It looks bigger than what it is, but they have a huge children's section, which I may have to come back and look at because I'm familiar with children's books. But that's when I decided to go to New York, was from this library. I checked out an actor studio book and read it a few times, checked it out a few times. But the old entrance was over here. And they added this exterior. And they say, it's not as big, but the basement is still huge. So they still have all the knowledge of books. They have the whole collection of books that they've had. It's just you don't have immediate access to them. You have to just request it and they'll bring it to you. Probably cuts down on the loss of certain books that could be rare books and stuff. But this was the old entrance right here. And now it's just a wall right here. It was on, there's the old doors, it looks like. Right about here. This is where you would enter back in the day. You can't really see it. They have tinted. There's these doors right here, right up before 3rd Taylor. Pretty cool.
Let's go you first.
He said you first.
Alright. Got a really good shot of the bus, but I got it a few seconds late. Oh, man. Oh, I see. You gotta hit the same number to get out, too. Alright, now we're in business. Okay. It's a pretty cool vehicle right there. Something Boss Hogg would drive in Dukes of Hazzard. Or I'm saying, I'm thinking maybe also in Cannonball Run, it might be in that. Or if you ever seen the one with Burt Reynolds, I think they had a car like that. It was the Smokey the Bandit, but it was one of his friends that got him to run the beer. It's been in a few 1980 Burt Reynolds style movies. But it's got the horns on the front. If you don't know, Linda and I do, we're working on, it's in process, a show called Glorious Glowhands, which is about, amateur detectives that are sleuths. I guess they call them sleuths. I always get those words mixed up, but they're basically like civilian detectives. So they don't really work with any authority figures or anything like that, other than themselves, and they work with mysterious ways to catch usually the murderers. They usually deal with cold case murders, all the way going back to Abraham Lincoln. So conspiracy theories kind of thing, but also stuff like X-Files, but without the FBI kind of thing, because they're civilian detectives, and one has a foresight, and the other one has the ability, the gift of music, and other gifts too. And they call upon historical cases. And Glorious Glowhands, it's also based on a song too. We wrote the song first, and then it turned into what you could call maybe like I hate to say criminal science investigation, because there's really no criminal science investigation. There's forensic science. But it's kind of a forensic science show that we were working on. We did 6 episodes. We didn't get to the 7th episode, but I don't know if we ever will. But we were trying to develop it through like vlog posts and things like that. And her character, Catch, speaks in tongues. And when she starts to speak in tongue, that means she's near spilt blood of a murder victim. And then I have a special spray that's like luminol that we call Glorious Glowhands, or it's called Glowhands. It's like my character, Colt, his father was a chemist, and he was also, knows a lot about chemistry, so he invents this luminol. And when it sprays on the blood, it can tell if it's male or female blood. And then from there, they have a database they go on, and they try to catch the killer through looking at the constellations in the sky. It's borderline, I like to compare it to like Twin Peaks. It's kind of a melodrama a little bit. But Twin Peaks is one of my favorite crime things, because it deals with the supernatural. Anyway, I got a message. I'll get back to you in a minute. The mysterious case is the Whitechapel murders in the east side of London, which was in 1888. So one of the mysterious ones were the east side, or East London They're called the Whitechapel murders, known by a unidentified, which is a hard word to say, unidentified serial killer known as Jack the Ripper. They think he was a surgeon, but they don't know for sure. They never caught him. Mostly killed whores, or known as women of the night. Killed prostitutes. Now, in the investigation itself, over 2,000 people were interviewed, pretty much investigated. Serious investigation went on with 80 people. They thought there was 80 different people that were seriously investigated, and even detained. I think there was a total of 200 to 300 that were also possible subjects. But there were a total of about 2,000 that were actually called in and investigated for this particular guy that they never caught. Or they think it's a guy. They don't know. It could have been a woman. No one knows. But it probably was a guy, and they think it was a surgeon. And that was a very bloody mess in the east side of London in 1888. It only went on to 1891, and then it stopped. There were letters written too, very similar to the Zodiac. They're called Dear Boss letters. I haven't investigated those yet. So, just to throw out there, they never caught Jack the Ripper. But they almost did 80 times with 80 different people. Because those 80 people were detained. They were jailed until they were released. And why they did it, I don't know. Probably most likely while those people were jailed for the possible murders, there were other murders happening while they were in jail, so they knew it wasn't them. Makes you kind of think. Kind of funny they do like a Andy Warhol kind of hamburger kind of thing. That's the odd artist's name. It was done in 2011. It's in a bathroom in a burger place. It's actually kind of good. And that's what he goes by right there. ALB, just initials only. Nebraska. All the way from Nebraska. bike collection's doing pretty good. I checked on it the other day, and didn't see new tires or anything like that. This one has like a motor on it right here. Still holding up pretty strong.